I know what y'all was like, man, hold on. We got a notification they are recording another show. Uh yes indeed. Yes indeed. We are live. This is the after show. If anybody know, especially our co-hosts of other shows, sometimes we sit on and man, and by the time we get off, man, or by the time we get off air, the conversation is so good. It was like, man, this could have been another show. So that's what we doing, man. So come on in the room. The water is fine. We are still talking those that are trifling. Thank you, whoever just put that heart up. Hey, man. Again, we are talking about things that are trifling, but we were kind of conversing about a comment from the previous show that kind of dealt with um, uh, banter between two of our guests talking about simps and how sometimes a woman may choose a simp to marry. Um, and there was another comment saying that, simps are weak. I'm not saying it verbatim because I can't see that comment at the moment, but they were saying that basically a weak man is going to be a weak man. So I guess let's, if we can open up the doors on that conversation, let's see what that's all about, man. Let's care to Jordan, you care to discuss it?
Well, I'm gonna admit that at high school, at some point in my life, even my early 20s, I admit to being very simpish, very simp-like. But all that rearing came from my parents, my aunt, my grandmother, because they're trying to teach us things like, boys are snips and snails and puppy dog tails, and girls are sugar and spice and everything nice. And, when you're raised as a child, being barraged and bombarded with that type of language, it's going to be hard not to grow up being affected by that kind of upbringing or rearing to some degree. And also I grew up during the boys to men era with all them damn love songs.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? That Karen White type crap, that babyface type crap, and I guess that's what women wanted. But in the real world, in a real reality, given a survival situation, given a financial crisis, given a natural disaster, given dinosaurs or saber-toothed tigers threatening your life, do you really want this man in your life protecting, providing for, and leading you and your children?
Or do you? I agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm. But it seems like to me, these women, and I want to say this, that I kind of analyzed it and studied it over all this year. The women that tend to be over 30, they have these outmoded dating strategies that do not work. They're unsuccessful strategies to be used in today's dating market. They will never work today.
I can agree.
It's like LeBron James or Kevin Durant trying to play basketball in the 80s, or Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Bird playing basketball in today's NBA. They will never reach the same degree of success or stardom because the game is not the same.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Jeff. Mm-hmm. So, what is it about the game that has changed?
Gee, that's a tough question. Well, I think that more men, more men are waking up to the damage or the reality that they were taught wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, God damn it, this is what I should think 10 years ago. Or, I believe that most men who are currently married today, I think they're unhappy. They just decided to settle. I would never settle with a life partner. That's crazy. You got to wake up and look at this person every day for the rest of your life, knowing that wasn't my first choice. You just the person I got stuck with. Who wants to wake up with that every morning?
Man said first choice.
No one's married. I guess that less than 1% of the people are with first choice.
What I miss?
No, we were just talking about Simps and stuff like that, and I asked him a question. I forgot the question I asked him.
No,
so
I dare one woman to admit to me that the man who's in their life was their first choice.
True. They ain't gonna admit that. Man, Shamika already discussed that one day. Women ain't gonna admit nothing. Nathan.
That's not the man.
I mean,
that's not the man.
I hate to play devil's advocate. I hate to, because I remember my first choice, and I don't think I'd choose that again, to be honest with you. It is.
Because your first choice ain't always your best choice anyway.
True. So Shamika had asked Jordan. He had mentioned that the dating game has changed from what back in the 90s and back in the day to now. So I asked him what was the change. That's what you missed. He was just elaborating on.
And to touch on that, I think what Jordan was alluding to as far as the music, what the music did, because the music back in the day, you had love songs, you had very emotion driven, and really like who could write the best Disney song in R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, that was that. Nowadays, I mean, the music kind of tell you like it is. Men are very much more forward than I think. I can't say ever, but I would think it's a lot more competitive now on both ends, because you have different dynamics on who's sleeping with who and what gender, this, that, and the third. So the pool is a whole lot smaller.
There's less discretion.
Yeah, you got a thought. You're right. You got a thought culture. You got a whole women of thoughts that was unimaginable in the 80s and 90s. If it was, it was it was something that was not. You didn't say that or do that. You mean you got women twerking every at Black Lives Matter demonstrations. It's just that
and you
behavior.
got men that want to stick their pee in every woman's mouth, every corner too. Come on.
I agree. But the point is that the dating strategies that women and I guess men try to use in today's dating market is antiquated. They're not going to work. They are simply not going to work.
Yeah.
You'll never find anyone using those 80s and 90s dating strategies. You're going to be completely ignored.
Yeah. You say that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that absolutely makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then just to be truthful, I just went on a date. Grady, I decided to take your advice. My dumb ass went on a date with a 57-year-old.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait. My headphones fell off. I swear to God, that was real. I did not do that. My headphones just fell off. What in the Sam hell?
I did. I say, Grady talked me into it. The girl kept pushing up on me. She was like, if you want to pull up, here's my address. And then she called me like 4 times, like, are you on the way, blah, blah, blah. I get there. And in the day, this is an example. In today's climate, you don't walk up and knock on the door. I text her from the driveway and say, hey, I'm outside. She gonna yell, what are you doing out there? Just come knock on the door.
Oh, she old school.
I text her.
Yeah, she real old school.
Knocking your damn door. No.
I don't know if this is a setup.
Yeah, you don't do that nowadays.
Well,
that's
you
something
felt
that
like
we
it was
did.
a setup. What you drove over there for?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it was a setup. I'm saying that that's an example of how the strategies have changed. You don't walk up to someone's door and knock on the door.
Why?
No, you don't do that. That's crazy.
Well, what you go over there for?
You text and let her know that you're here. I'm in the driveway. And then she's like, okay, I'm coming out, or the door is open, or come in.
But she was already expecting you if she had called you 4 times, though. So
I got it. I'm just talking about the dating protocol today.
No, don't text me.
I can say that. I can say that's accurate, because I run a photography business from my home, and usually people will not come to the door. They'll text, "Hey, I'm here." That is like, I mean, yeah.
You knock on my door, you're gonna be ignored because I'm not expecting. Better text me when you get here.
But if you knew I was coming, though, like, I don't understand.
No.
All right. I don't know how to make it easier. You know, don't come into my house and knock on my door. I'm not going to answer. I'm going to look at the ring camera, and I'm simply not going to answer. Why you know, text me when you're here. That's the new protocol. I didn't make the protocol.
Even if we set it up, we done talked and we done text about me coming through. I'm telling you, I'll be there by 7:35. You gonna actually look at the camera and not let me in?
No. I didn't know. Not in that case. I'm just talking about the new protocol that I did not arrange. I'm saying that I would let you in, of course, but it's not the thing now to show up at someone's house and knock on their front door or side door.
How did you feel about her yelling out to you then?
I didn't, because I'm cool. I grew up in an era where you are supposed to go to a lady's door. But what I'm saying, in today's market, in today's environment, that's not what the young people would do. They would consider it kind of rude or it would just annoy them somewhat.
Right, I understand that, but what I'm saying to you is, when she yelled at the door, "Why you outside? Why you just ain't come to the door?" How did you feel?
Well, for one,
old at that point?
No, I just don't like being yelled at. So that was like a strike. Like,
you caused that on yourself. You brought that on yourself.
Because
hold on, Shamika. Let me say, because you took your way of doing things as far as dating. You want somebody to text you, so you kind of implement where you do things onto her, right. And she's old school, so she was expecting you to be at the door, and then I don't know if she knew if your window was up and down, so that's why she probably yelled.
And now
I got it
because she yelled.
I'm not. I continue. I could have walked away at that point. So at my point is, I continue with the so-called date, but moving forward, you know, it threw me off a little bit. I said, hell with it. Let me go through with it. But she's already got a strike in my head. Now I get in there. Yeah, my head.
Here you go.
Hey, EJ, she got a strike.
What's up, E?
Shit he set up. He didn't knock on the door.
She's begging for this date. No, she begged for this date. I didn't have to go at all.
Hold up. He didn't knock on the door. He didn't knock on the door, so she yelled, and now she got a strike against her when he could have just took his ass to the door. I'm not about to play this game. Can't nobody win with you.
No.
Damn, John.
I'm not saying so right or wrong. I'm simply sticking to the point that the old dating strategy versus the new dating. Forget Jordan. I'm not even important. What I'm saying is the dating strategies of the 80s and 90s do not work in today's dating climate. That's the point I'm making. Forget Jordan.
Okay.
You can try and beat me up all day. I can walk away. I got choices. I got options than women. But when this woman here didn't have options, so I'm the prize. She asked me over.
How you know she didn't have options? You could have just. I
had a 2-hour conversation with her that was horrible.
Again, but how you know she ain't got options though?
She said she's lonely. She said, "I'm lonely. I wish I had somebody." We talked for 2 hours.
We run that line on all niggas. What is you talking
about?
Cool.
Well, I don't mind.
Oh, so it's a line now. Okay.
Yeah, and I called her 3 more lies, so it wasn't hard to fish out her lies. To suss out her lying. I saw 3 or 4 I can point out. You know, but it was it's not just a door situation. There's like 4 other tactics or strategies that she used that 2-hour conversation that was just horrible and would never work today. Like, it would never work today.
It would never work on you.
You could find some simp or some hand-picked fool and think you're going to be in a relationship, but in that case, you just smash and dash, or you smash and force her to break up, which is a better strategy. That way you're going to get your car keyed.
Yeah, because you can't break up with women nowadays.
No,
you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay dearly.
I'll run her off and make her think it's my fault. That way I can save my goddamn paint in my car. That was me, my fault, no problem. But I got rid of that. Got rid of her, and I still smashed.
And smash. Well, I guess it's a win-win for somebody.
What did Yvette come and say?
Oh shoot! Hold on, let me go back because I can't see it.
Where your glasses, Grady? I'm done.
Girl, I don't even know what my glasses are. I left out the house with the glasses.
I hate
while you're reading that comment, it's probably your date.
I hate when someone knocking on my door and that person was yelling at me to open my door, so I told her I am not going to open my door. What'd you say, Jordan? That's probably who date?
No, sorry, date. No mind.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the point I was trying to make. The question I asked, the two questions I posed. One is, why do women love? And I don't say simp. I got it. I was a simp at one time, but I lived, I learned with experience. I kind of got better or changed for the better or worse, depending on how you want to look at it. Also, I want to address the fact that these old 80s, 90s dating strategies is just for women, you're gonna fail. For men, if you're gonna be in the market of dating, you have to change with the times.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
I definitely agree with
too
that.
many women in that 40s range got these 80s mindset when it comes to dating men who know about the manosphere, who've been red pilled. Now, if these guys who don't know about it, they're blue pill and they're lost in the sauce, then you go pick one of them. I don't care. But I know we have over 1 million people in the manosphere alone that are aware. We're sharing information all day on 50 different channels at least. And I'm telling you,
True.
based on that information that we're getting, that exchange, no one's dating like they dated in the 80s. No one.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. The good book said people fall away from the same. So yeah, it's crazy because you got to change your expectations because people don't have the same standards of morals and stuff like that we grew up with. The code of ethics. Growing up, men taught other men on how they should approach women, things they should say. Some it may not be right, and some may be wrong. It may not be
my
right.
thing is this though, like if y'all so aware of women and the things that they're failing at, then why not educate or pass the word or whatever it is that you feel that you got to do? Because my thing is this: just as well as you have a bunch of women in the 40s that's still stuck in these 80s and 90s dating rituals, you have the same men that's doing the same thing. So it's not just us, what I'm saying,
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
going in the same circle.
Hmm.
But we have the
That's
man. What we have today is we have the manosphere. We're just on YouTube, and I don't know if I can mention his name, KS. You can, if I can say it.
uh
KS is all the proof. He alone, I can name like 20 brothers, but KS is Kevin is the most popular. He's the
yeah.
king of the new dating strategies. He's telling people.
And all of these men are just as single.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of
I
single
doubt that.
men.
I
I
doubt
doubt
that.
it because a
That
lot of
man,
men do
I
have
know exactly who
girlfriends.
you talk about, and that man is single. And then I'm talking to you, and you single as well. So my
I'm
thing is,
single
let's
by
not act
choice.
okay.
I'm a
And it's a lot of
lifelong
women that's
bachelor. This is
single,
what I want. This is what I
and it's
want.
a lot of women that's single by choice as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
Okay. Okay. Fair. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
With new day.
Oh, your line is breaking up. You must be on the move. Yeah, that
Give me
is.
a
I
second.
ran into.
Somebody's calling. I'm trying to hang up.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But go ahead. I
because
can hear you guys.
yeah, Shamika. Yeah, you're right. I have heard conversation of women talking about they single by choice. They say they don't need a man. They cool. They can take care of their own stuff. But every now and then I may need a man for scratch your itch or whatever like that. But it's a lot of
Hmm.
ladies out there. Yeah, they're
Nobody,
single by choice because they want to deal with the drama.
nobody is actually trying to get married in this day and age.
Yeah.
It's just the
Hmm.
convenience of it. You have somebody like you
Hmm.
said that's there to do what I need you to do when I need you to do it, and we don't have to go through the extra stuff, the cheating, the lies. You worry about me, I'm worried about you. It's more convenient to do it that way. But ain't nobody sitting around. Well, you got a few of them that's sitting around, but ain't nobody really sitting around. Oh, I'm looking for a husband. Oh, ooh, it's me. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I agree. Let's just say I agree. I applaud them. I applaud them. But with that said, don't expect this new dating style, this new mindset, but using old dating modalities like pay for my meal, open a door for me, protect me from the dog or whatever. I'm not doing anything. Do it yourself. I hope you got a
That's
gun.
chivalry. That's chivalry. That ain't got nothing to do with dating. You're
Yes, it
supposed to
does.
be. You're supposed to be a protector
And
by nature.
you think that's it? Chivalry? Did you say chivalry has nothing to do
Yes,
with dating?
I said chivalry. Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Chivalry
Being
has
a
everything to do with
being
dating.
no.
It
Being a
has
man and
everything
a
to do with
gentleman,
dating.
common sense stuff like holding the door and if a dog coming towards me, protecting me, that has nothing to do with us dating. That's you being a protector by nature.
Well, and if it's that way that you said, Shamika, women should be nurturing by nature. They should
Right.
care.
Thank you.
And I agree.
You
I
know.
agree.
So, if nobody's nurturing and nobody's protecting, what are they doing? They surviving. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
So
Right.
right
women.
now, the state of dating, they're in survival mode.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
You
So
can't expect us to be gentlemen and do all these chivalrous things and continue in what you would consider a natural male role when women are not trying to fulfill their natural obligations as women.
But let's be honest though. My idea of my natural obligation as a woman and your idea of my natural obligation as a woman, just keeping it simple, not the advanced shit. I'm talking about the simple natured stuff. It's different because
Hmm.
I'm like this. If you come home, I'm gonna automatically make sure you got a meal. I'm gonna automatically make sure you got what you need. I'm nurturing, I'm comforting, I'm listening, and I'm doing all of these things. And I want you to do the things that you're supposed to do. Simple things. I'm not asking for nothing major. What I'm saying is the basic
Right.
necessities of each person, if it's met, things are simple. Things are easy. But
Shamika,
it's
you
more
would be
so
the exception because I
exception.
promise
Yeah.
you would be the exception. You would not be the norm. You are not today's normal. You
Right.
are the exception. That mindset is rare in women today, in modern
right.
women.
To in young women.
Yep.
So we can't say you. Modern women to women 40ish.
I can't see I've never met a
It's,
woman in her
it's the.
40s that doesn't bring that
I meet them
automatic.
every day.
Well, I need to
Shamika,
ride with you. I need to spend
Shamika.
Shamika,
24
you got to get
hours
out
with
more,
Jordan.
but you got to
Yeah.
get out.
Now I heard women say,
Grady,
"Uh
tell her
huh."
I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh, you're breaking up again. Yeah.
I'm here. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet because she's looking. This is not about Jordan. It's the normal. This is the normal now.
But you said that you meet them all the time. So what I'm saying to you is I need to ride with you for 24 hours to see because I don't see a 40-year-old woman that doesn't have a natural automatic nurturing side to her. I've never seen it.
Shamika, I have been in clubs. I've been in clubs. Matter of fact, this past weekend, and I hear sister talk. Girl, I don't feed no man, cook for no man. I ain't his mama. I ain't this and that. I'm like, dang, for real?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's some sisters out there that don't do it. That don't want to do it,
I don't see
and
how though.
because I don't know, they want the treatment. Damn, EJ sent a whole lot of stuff. EJ, hold on, these comments
He
are coming
said
in.
this Shamika just say we should try to teach women. Listen, I did say that because my thing is this: if you make a complaint about something and something needs fixing, then fix it. Like, don't expect us to
Hold on.
automatically know what it is that needs changing. Just as well as y'all don't want us to automatically, oh, we not mind readers. Okay, you right.
We got two more comments. I ain't trying to butcher these. That's a Yvette, and then EJ sent another comment.
Oh, that's because of what Jordan said. Say it's not my date. It's a lady on my floor. She always knocking at my door, and I called the police on her, and she speaks Russian.
Yvette, leave them rushes alone, Yvette. Leave them rushes alone. All
Well,
right,
yeah,
here goes the last one. Last comment from Jordan.
most women.
EJ.
Let's see, EJ. Most women don't really want a gentleman. I'm so sick of that statement. Most women don't really want a gentleman. That nice guy, yes man, is often categorized as a pushover and is left behind for the bad boy that challenges her and makes her work for his validation. Okay, see the thing about that is that's partially true. But my thing is this though: quit assuming that every woman is like that, and that's what pisses me off because men automatically feel like, oh, I can't be this because she want a bad boy. My thing is this: I like the natural level of things. Like, be that bad boy at certain times of the night, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance.
Yeah.
We
But
like
you are
both.
the exception, Shamika.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to
Um,
realize that you are you. If I had to give it numbers, not that my numbers are accurate at all, but Shamika, you're like the 15 percentile.
yeah. So Shamika, I was in a writing session on Friday
Hmm.
with this artist, and so we was writing this song and stuff, and then we started. She let me hear a sample that she wanted to use, so I ended up working a sample, And then we started talking about the song. She said she need a gangster dude. I'm like, why would you want a gangster dude? Because it's exciting, it's thrilling, bad boy catching, who carry pistols and shoot at folks and stuff. That's exciting to women like that. They want that kind of thing. What EJ talking about? Yeah, but yeah, see, you like Jordan said, you the 15 percentile, but there's a lot of girls out there want that thug with that penitentiary body. You know what I'm saying?
You said the
Dudes
key
out there
word, girls.
yeah. Well, it's some ladies that like those thugs. How many girls get turned on with guys that's muscular with tattoos all over the body and wear sagging pants? You know what I mean? So it's that they attracted to.
I mean, that's for 39, 30 at 35 and under. But as far as this particular conversation, a subject, I'm kind of really focusing in on people who are 35 and above. That has grown children, who's been married or divorced or whatever the case may be. Because really, after about 35, we're really out of the traditional dating market. So you're kind of out of the game. I am not at my prime. I am not at my, I guess, sexual peak, if you will. So we have to, but we still want to date. So we're in like a dating subculture.
Okay.
Now, for the women who are above 35, who are still using these outmoded dating strategies and tactics and mindsets, if you're going to have to kind of modify those things if you want to be successful in this sub market, simply because more men are becoming aware of how women are kind of changing.
So let me ask you this. So what do you suggest a woman should change? Give us some examples.
Me?
Yeah, some examples. What you think?
If I had to say number one thing, I think today's modern women, they have a very difficult time holding a feminine frame. They're lost in their feminine. They don't know what it's like to be a feminine woman.
Okay.
And to practice it.
They don't know what it's like to be a feminine woman,
or they want
to be ladylike, classy.
Be late. I doubt if 15% of women. I doubt if more than 15% of women can cook an entire meal today. I doubt it.
I don't know those numbers.
I know some women that can cook.
My thing is this: a lot of women don't want to waste that femininity or that feminine frame on somebody that's not going to stick around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my thing is this: if I go into this cooking for you, I'm making this big ass meal. In your mind, I don't know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I could be just one of your options. So I'm doing all of these things that a woman is supposed to do when in actuality you're just smashing or buying time. That's not fair to me.
I mean, it's no more fair that a man takes a woman out on a foodie call and he pays for this meal with no intentions of sleeping with him or even seeing him again. Which happens all the time.
But does a meal obligate you to some ass?
No, let's just take that out and say that you have no intentions of ever seeing this guy again. Okay. You just want the meal.
Well,
but then again, it's up to me. It's incumbent upon me to suss out deception, to vet this woman. That's what I'm doing on a date. Right. I'm analyzing. I'm determining with every movement, with every word, should I continue this communication or this contact with this woman.
I remember dating a guy, and I could tell that he was doing the vetting process that you were talking about too. And my thing is like this: why not start small? Like our first date was coffee and cheesecake. That way, you couldn't feel like you were paying for me a whole 4-course meal, and I wasn't gonna never see you again. Keep it simple, keep it light.
Again, you're different. Again,
yeah,
but you got some women
generalities.
They want. I've been.
But if you see a woman that's like that, though, but I'm saying if you offer to her, let's go get coffee on the first date, and she's like, I want to go to,
I want to go spend divots.
It's good. It's not about the cost of the coffee or the PF Chang. I don't care about that. What I care about is what I'm seeing while we're there. The pay. I don't care about where we go. I really don't. What I'm checking for, or what I'm trying to suss out, is any ugliness, any attitude, behavioral flaws, mental issues. That's what I'm doing. I don't care if we do it in the zoo. I don't care. But wherever we are, coffee shop, park, swimming pool, golf course, that entire time, I'm conducting an investigation. I'm conducting a job interview.
Right.
Because I don't want to get pregnant by this thug or whoever. Women got to make better choices. If I had to give women one piece of advice, you got to vet these niggas better.
First of all, and you and I have had this conversation several times,
Hmm.
and it's so funny because last night I was actually thinking about this, and it kept ringing in my head. Women got to make better choices, which is true.
Absolutely.
Which is true, but at the same time, you can't expect a woman to make a better choice if she doesn't have better to choose from.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Proximity. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I got you. If you live in, let's just say, I don't know how familiar you are with Atlanta. If you live off Glenwood or Candler Road, because you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna have a smaller pool of eligible men because
Hmm.
you got a high unemployment rate, you got a high crime rate, you got people, you got other social factors going to contribute to that.
Right.
Now, so I'm saying if you don't like the pool that you have to choose from, you're going to have to go out to Dunwoody, or you're going to have to go downtown, or you're going to have to go to Eagles Landing, where those a better pool of
Okay.
men exist.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And when you say this, it sounds like you're putting it all on women, though. Women need to make better choices. But at the same time, due to circumstance, which you just admitted yourself,
Mm-hmm.
circumstances and environments, you don't have better to choose from. And a lot of women would rather settle with what they have to choose from, whether because they're not able to choose better.
They're
So
not able to go to Dunwoody. They're not able to go to a Falcons game.
I mean,
They're not able to go to a cigar bar.
factor in if they have kids, factor in their income, factor in it's other things, Jordan, to
Yeah.
attribute to it.
Yeah.
Everybody can't move around as freely as you do because you're a
Yeah.
man. You have this option to move around like
Yeah.
you
You
can.
mean I can
You
drive a car that a woman can't drive her in a
No, no,
special
no,
car?
no. What Shamika is saying, sometimes women may have kids. They got to factor in. They got to get a babysitter. How
Hmm.
much they got? It's going to cost a woman to leave the house. I'm not taking up for
it
women.
takes more for
It
us
takes
to
for us
move
to leave.
around than it does for you
Yeah,
to change your options.
I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Okay.
They got
Okay.
to put things in place.
Hmm.
Um, but I think ladies, and he was saying that they need to make better choices by what he meant by just settling for what they're dating.
Hmm.
Who they choose to invest their time with. Because a woman know in the first 10 minutes of conversation, 5 to 10 minutes of conversation, is this guy head is on straight. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. She know within the first 15 minutes whether she gonna give him some ass or not. But
Hmm.
I've been in situations where it took me years because people can camouflage, people can hide things. It takes time to know people, and that's why he said vet them. You know what I'm saying? Peek out they mental, have conversations other than what's your favorite color and what your favorite food is. You know what I'm saying? We passed that point. I need to know what your credit score look like. I
Hmm.
need to know what your relationship with your mama and daddy was like. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I mean, psychologists, just I don't know who, but this is kind of what I've read somewhere. That most people can wear a mask about 90 days.
Yep.
If you're very good, you can mask for 6 months, which is
Hmm.
120 days.
Right.
That's plenty enough time to know. I'm a big fan of the 90-day rule. Do not sleep with this man before 90 days.
Come
There's
on, Jordan.
no, I
Come
no,
on, Jordan.
I'm saying if I had a daughter, I think that I got a little more experience, but my point is this. If I had a daughter, I would say, hey, and she was 19, 21, whatever. I got 3 boys, and I tell my boys something different. But if I
Exactly.
had 3 girls, I would say, hey, we doing the 90-day rule here. This is
And
what we
and
do.
it's screwed up that you would imply one rule to one rate sex than not the other. Come on now.
It's not fair. I didn't say it was fair. All's fair in love and war. This is not fair. There's no fairness.
But if a woman was to approach you that you're vetting and hit you with that 90-day rule, you like, man, I'm not doing that shit.
If I can't get around it, then I'm not going to. That's not I refuse. I reject the offer. I decline. There's too many other women out there. I think today, because of
Exactly. So
incarceration, transgenders and sexuality, I think women are at a disadvantage because
Exactly.
we got more options.
Exactly. And we in competition. If we come with the 90-day rule, we in competition with the thoughts. So why that's what I'm saying. So
No,
that's why
you're
I'm
not
saying
in
it does.
competition with them.
Yes, we are. Because at the end of the day, a man will walk away from you quicker with that 90-day rule bull crap than he will another situation. And that's how women end up sleeping with men too soon and making these bad decisions because they feel like they in competition with the thoughts.
And you're right. There's a new 20-year-old
Yeah.
born every day. I mean, some young woman turns 19 every day. That makes her legal and viable. That makes her a target.
Mm.
For whatever you might think about this 19-year-old limp body, she is available. And what she's looking for is security.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's looking
True.
for someone who can get her away from this cold, away from these saber-toothed tigers and dinosaurs, and provide her with a cave, transportation, protection, and some meat. Food, I mean.
Yeah.
Or she could stay out there
Yeah.
and battle the elements and threats and the other barbarians who want to rape her. Or she can come under my auspice, under my protection, under my leadership, and sit by fire.
But she
Yeah.
has to walk by your
This is
rules
my
and your
house. This is
training.
my cave. You're under my protection. You're under my provisions, and you're living in my abode. Otherwise, you can go out there with the lions and alligators.
So pretty much do as I say or
No,
you on
that's
your own.
I disagree.
Mm.
I'm saying there's rules. There's a contract.
Okay, there's rules for men too, though. Like I
I
don't
agree.
understand why it's a
Yeah.
one-sided
I
thing,
agree.
though.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. There's
Because
rules.
women have rules when you go
What
live with
exactly?
them. They have rules in their house. So
Mhm.
everybody have rules for their own uh, place.
No, there's a negotiation. That we're not kids here.
Negotiate.
We're not talking tyranny. We're talking cooperation. I expect you to do these things, and you should expect me to do these things. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to pay the bills. I'm going to fix the car. I'm going to mow the grass. I'm going to make sure nobody break in the house. I'm going to make sure the door's locked at night. Those are the things that I'm promising you that I will take care of.
Right, and
And
we
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, and at the same time, I'm expecting certain things. I would like, and certain things you may not do. And I say, okay, cool. If you don't do that, how about this? What I'm saying is, I'm open to communication. I'm open to
Negotiation.
yeah, negotiation. I'm sorry.
Negotiation,
I'm sorry.
compromise.
I'm sorry. I was trying to find the word compromise. I'm
Mhm.
open to compromise, but it has to be fair to both parties where we're both comfortable with our
Mm.
decisions and living here together, or waking up together, or sharing finances,
Mhm.
developing spiritually together, our education, our children, who your friends
Yeah.
are. There's other factors. This, like I said, I always say that marriage is a business. It's too big, like opening up a restaurant. No one person owns the restaurant like that. If both of us are going to make this restaurant work, there has to be some rules. So I'm not
Right.
trying to run things, but we just need these rules in place.
Yeah. I understand that.
So we're not changing the expectations every hour. All of a sudden, you wreck the car. Every car I buy you, you wreck it, and I'm not supposed to have you hold you accountable. Forget who paid for it. I paid for it. I can wreck it. I don't care. You racking up tickets, speeding tickets, like there's no tomorrow. Somebody has to be there and say, "Hey, sweetheart, like you keep getting speeding tickets, or you keep wrecking the car, or you keep overdrafting the credit, you credit the bank account, or whatever." Is it wrong for the guy to check her on that?
Hmm.
No.
Oh, okay. Some women don't want to be checked on anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is true.
EJ got a comment.
Jordan, come
Yeah.
on, bro. He just say, Jordan, come on, bro. Didn't you just say to get rid of the old school dating ways? 90 days, bro. That ain't happening.
No, no, I don't. I wouldn't subscribe to it. What I said was, if I had a daughter,
Yeah, if he had
this is
daughters.
what I would advise her. I'm not saying that's just me protecting my daughter because I know what's out there.
But
Hmm.
don't you understand though the things that you put out? come back to your daughters though? Like you could do all the protecting and the ruling and everything that you want though, but the same way that you treat women is gonna come back on your daughters.
I mean, if your spiritual beliefs like teach you that, I can't argue with that. But
Mhm.
I
So
mean
you,
that
but okay. Besides what I believe, I'm asking you: do you believe it?
who's going to make this happen? Some magical man in the sky?
I'm asking you: do you believe it? I didn't ask you the
Oh
theological
no, no,
aspect of it. Yes or no
no.
question.
I think no, I do not. I don't think
Okay.
so. I don't think karmatic is going to come back at me. No,
Okay.
Okay.
there's no. I do not. I don't think that can be proven.
Okay.
It's about cause and effect, and you can't prove that because I treated the women this way that this is the end result of it. No, there's no way you can prove that to me.
Okay. And I guess we was talking about simping, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, yeah, we was talking about simping, and I think women they'll look for that certain aspects that simps they what they possess. They desire some of those qualities, but I do want that mixture of that feel of protection and providing this that provider that need. Felicia have a
Because see,
long
Felicia
hair.
said just being a female can make you a target regardless of age. We need more men to uphold an integrity that is more godly like. Would you want a man to mistreat your daughter? Men of the world want to conquer and control instead of leading by example.
That would propose that every man share the same spiritual beliefs or even believe in the sky daddy,
Mm,
and that's not true. Men believe different things, so you can't really argue a religious context in today's dating market because that would presuppose that everyone believes the same thing,
Right.
which
And now I
right.
can agree with you on that part. And that's where it comes in to where it says that if you're with somebody that you should be equally yoked. Felicia would understand what I mean by that. And but she has a point also though. And just as well as what I just said to you a few seconds ago, would you want a man to treat your daughter the way you treat a woman? Let's take the spiritual part out of it. At the
mhm,
end of the day, would you want somebody, if you think back to all the things that you've done and said, would you
mhm.
want somebody to treat your daughter and say those things to her?
I absolutely no, but can I, let
Okay.
me follow up that
Okay.
with,
Go ahead.
as a parent, I'm going to teach my daughter, I'm going to make her aware
Hmm.
of all the threats out there and the consequences of certain choices.
Hmm.
I'm gonna instill this in her. It's the same thing with school. Do your homework. I'm gonna be a parent, and I'm gonna say all these choices you make in life, some you don't get a chance to make again. So there's things that I'm gonna instill in my daughter from an early age because I know what's out there.
But let's be
Mm,
honest. How many things do you instill in children that they actually hold on to? You can tell a child all day long, don't touch the fire because it's hot. They
Mhm.
still gonna touch that fire at least one time.
I
Don't hit that pothole in daddy car because you gonna throw the alignment off. She's still gonna hit that pothole.
go. Let's use a biblical reference if you want to use any type of theological reference. Say the Bible says, "Train up a child in the way that they should go,
Hmm.
and they would not depart from that path."
But they do depart.
There's no perfect kid. We can just do the best we can do.
And then he comes back into the conversation.
Yeah. I think we do the best we can do. My boys ain't perfect.
mm,
Hmm.
Okay.
My boys, but there's certain things they know that their daddy is simply not going to tolerate. My boys wouldn't dare go out there and sell drugs. Wouldn't think about it. They wouldn't
What's up,
carry a
G?
pistol. They wouldn't
Welcome back.
carry a pistol. They wouldn't put their hands on a woman. There's just certain things that they know that their father is not going to find acceptable or is
They
going to.
wouldn't do it in your presence. You
Yeah.
have that control. You have that control as long as they're in your household.
Mhm.
But when they're in their own household, you don't know if they putting their hand on a woman.
I
You don't
know that they
know
don't
when.
have no pregnancies. I know that they're not in jail. I know they don't have a speeding ticket. So there's evidence. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just going by the evidence. I know that
Right.
none of them bring children in my home.
But what I'm saying is you've instilled all these things, but they can still go out and go on their own path.
Yeah, they have those choices.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. See, I was listening. I had to run my errand real quick. I got to run a few things back. Ooh, that 90-day rule is tough, boy.
Yeah.
Um, and okay, so my question with the 90-day rule, and this for anybody that want to answer, because we know that most men, and since if we're talking about a simpish man versus an alpha man, we know most alpha men would not make it to 90 days.
Mhm.
So essentially, are we setting up our daughters on a 90-day rule? Because that was something that was made popular by Mr. Harvey. Are we setting them up to okay? So the man that lasts the 90 days, 9 times out of 10 is going to be a simp.
Mhm.
Um,
No,
Now,
he could
but
be a dude. Though, hold on, he could be a guy that lasted 90 days because he's creeping with somebody else.
no,
Because men can't last no damn 90
okay,
days.
okay.
I'm sorry.
What I'm okay. So I mean, you have that one, but there are some. There are, I think, a very low percentage of men
Mm-hmm.
that would hear 90 days and foolishly, I say foolishly, would entertain it.
Yeah, or leave prematurely. I'll give you an example, Clark.
Right.
Affy and I were friends. We didn't sleep together almost a year. You know, we were together and we
But you were
dated.
sleeping with somebody else though.
That how does that bear on this subject matter? The woman that I chose to have a baby with.
Because you're not waiting the 90 days with her.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm not gonna do that.
I can see the angle of okay, we were friends, so both of us had the ability to get what we wanted and needed within that year time. I can understand that aspect.
I respected her because she didn't fall for my shenanigans. I was like, this is actually a good woman. You see what I'm saying? Because she vetted me. She wasn't falling for my foolishness.
No. So but I get that. I understand that whole dynamic. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is to the man, because the low population of men that a woman's going to tell you, and you know that she's telling you, I'm going to wait 90 days before you get to cook. It sounds so silly, but I mean, and he's
she go 90 days without eating
on that. You know what I'm saying? Like
what if she didn't use the number though? What if she just says, "I want to wait to get to know you"? What if she didn't say use the 90?
That's a whole lot better than you telling me that you're quoting a day that.
So it's a control issue. Then it sounds like to me. You don't.
Yeah, because she's saying she's waiting 90 days, but she expect the man to wait 90 days because she want to wait. That's your choice. Mm-hmm. Your choice is not my choice.
But if you want me though, if you value me, why would
I haven't determined if I want you or not? Let me say this:
you coming in with stipulations.
If I'm going shopping for vehicles, I go to the Cadillac dealership. I test drive a car. Let me go look at some other cars. Let me go look at the Toyota. Let me go look at the Lexus. I'm not obligated in any way to the Cadillac dealership.
Right, but a woman shouldn't say the 90 days until y'all are at that point that you choose each other. I'm not saying during the dating part where you seeing other people. I'm talking about when you come together and say, you know what, I like you, hey, I like you. Then we can embark on this 90-day situation. Me personally, I don't agree with the 90-day thing. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world.
I couldn't even get it out straight. What's going on, EJ, man? I seen that comment a while ago, man. My bad. My apologies. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't know, man. That's something. I think that women that choose simps, or choose somebody that you know is not the dominant male, in many or any situations. If that is the role, if that's the man that you choose to be with, there are some required things out of you. You really would have to make that man feel like a man. I mean,
I just can't agree with that. I have a cousin that just got married. She's 20. Man, I want to say she's 24 years old, and her husband, they waited 3 years. They just got married a couple of months ago. They waited 3 years to have sex, and he's not a simp dude. Like, he's the head of his household. He's an alpha male, and they were like, they did that 3-year ride together. And honestly, I look to him like, that's amazing.
No, make
I can almost guarantee
he would be. Yes, thank you, Clark.
I can almost
Ain't no
guarantee.
way in the hell
They
he
were
went
living
3 years.
together.
It doesn't matter. He didn't get
That does
caught.
not
He could have
matter.
stopped off. He could have stopped off somewhere.
Yeah, he
Got
didn't get
topped off.
caught.
Yeah.
That's all that
I
means.
have a hard time believing. I honestly,
or fellas, or he could have self pleasure. You know, what I'm saying?
was he locked up?
No, they was living together. They real deep off into the church, and that was just their belief.
He just didn't get caught. He just didn't get caught.
He didn't get caught, or he took care of
100% sure
himself.
on that.
Why is it unbelievable that a man can actually?
Because okay, so like I don't even want to tackle that. Can we go back to 90 days?
Okay, let's go back.
Because somebody gonna get their feeling hurt, and I ain't even with that right now.
Let me just say this: I ran the escort service for 8 years, and those guys who walked in that door, they were pastors of churches, police officers, judges, parole officers. 90%, 9 out of 10, Clark was married. 9 out of 10. It wasn't a single guys walking in there, paying $300 a day. There was married men.
Because their wife was saying, "No, baby, I'm tired."
Thank you. So
you know,
my point is that
I don't feel like it.
These guys who have means and who have resources, they can hide. They're not desperate, so they can hide their shenanigans a little better at the office, coming in with suits on, police uniforms on, firefighter outfits on.
Yeah, they came for the clothes.
I mean, you're coming from work, but you're at lunch. Our biggest window was 10 a.m. to 3. It wasn't night like people think. We made the bulk of our money from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
what EJ said.
I got an interesting angle with the 90 days. 90 days, because let's read his comment. He said, "Nah, bro, 90 days is her telling you that she's not into you, but you're more than welcome to keep whining and dining her, and while she keeps sexing alpha males." Okay, the audacity, because like, hold on, before I met you, I could have been bumping something every night. You don't know what that man sex, whatever, how his week goes. And you telling me that you new to me, I'm new to you, but it's gonna take 90 days.
It could be 30 days, it could be 60 days.
Yeah,
no. Don't put a time limit on it at all.
No, that's what I'm saying though.
Because
we keep saying 90, it's not necessarily 90 days, because there's no woman in the world that I know is gonna wait 90 days.
Well, yeah, but that's audacity.
But if it's not for you, then let me know that and just keep it moving, because there are some women that believe, if he feels I'm worth the wait, I want somebody that feels I'm worth the wait. I can see that. Me particularly, again, I don't agree with it,
but to answer Felicia's comment, why do people think every guy that is considered a simp or weak? Man,
that's only men that think that way, honey.
If
a man is a simp to me, I don't feel like he weak.
No, I don't. Please let me answer that question. I want to use a sports analogy to do so. And you guys have played sports,
right?
Everybody wasn't the alpha or quarterback or whatever, the star player or whatever the case may be. But when you're in the locker room or on a battlefield or with other men, we know who the simps are. We know who we can try. We know. We all kind of position ourselves on the field or on the court, based on these little, I guess, simp, alpha, or beta roles, no matter where you are, even in corporate environment.
And even I like to add, that is on both levels, whether you are the opponent or within camaraderie. Like on the football team, you got divisions. I remember in high school, for those that were talented, they might not have been like top dog, but I mean, if you did something, it was D1. Meaning Division I, NCAA, the top tier, in colleges, even though most of them didn't make it to a D3 school. You know what I'm saying? But cast kind of falls within men all the time.
But at the
Naturally.
same time, though, let me jump on that sports bandwagon as well. But how many times have you seen a trick play from the player that they assume is the weak guy? You got all these alpha males, but what they do, they turn to the weak guy to make that play because you never expected from him.
You're right. On
We're
a survival.
underestimating people thinking because he's a simp that he's
Now you know he's being used, right? On a
he's being
survival island, I don't want the guy. There's a guy we're gonna just geek or whatever.
okay.
Sometimes we just need some geek to fix the radio. We really don't want him hanging out with us. But as long as he can handle it, keep that radio working or keep the whatever to keep our survival, we'll use him until he's no longer useful.
But guess what? If you take that geek out with you, because a lot of women, they see the alpha males or they see these guys that think they all that and they don't gravitate towards them into the club. Have you ever seen where they gravitate more towards that softer, simpler, geekier guy though?
Nope.
I've seen this, y'all. Y'all not for the.
I mean,
What are you in?
but you know what? I mean, if I do see that guy and I do see girls around him, he's probably paying for all the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
He
He's the
might
guy with the
actually
car.
he may actually be a fun guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he may actually kind of, he may actually, but he being used. He's being used.
He useful. That's the only reason he gonna hang out with me. He's being useful. He has the car.
Put EJ coming back up because I'm gonna get on him. EJ say Miss Shamika got that. What did he say? Got that relationship advice from a Disney movie. That boy is extra simping. Shut up, EJ. Okay, first of all, it's not a Disney movie. Just because I don't know how I deal with y'all. Go ahead.
But you brought it up, Shamika. How you gonna get upset?
But I mean,
what I'm saying is,
it's funny because, but you know what? I think and going to the Disney Channel movie and chivalry and all that, every man at some degree has been taught chivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think every man has been taught, and he's also exemplified it. He showed it. Whether he does not do it for his mate anymore, he may see an old woman coming through the door and be like, I got that for her. You know what I'm saying? Like
but does
chivalry.
Make you a
No. I'm making my point. Because chivalry is kind of instilled in men, and we do it even when we know the shit is played out. Excuse my language. However, on the flip side with the woman, like, especially in this day and age, boy, they got to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like the reciprocity to the chivalry that is instilled, because you
but
see
ask yourself why though.
Women have killed chivalry.
Feminism.
Yeah, feminism has killed chivalry.
Because we've been shitted on for so long, though.
No, listen.
So many, like, how do you expect us not to respond? It's a defense mechanism.
You're saying that like we haven't been shitted on. I go out here every day.
But okay, who shitted on more though? Let's be honest.
Black men, by far. By far.
My goodness gracious.
Yes. The Me Too movement has killed chivalry.
I'll give you some names. I'll give you George Floyd. I'll give you Trayvon Martin. I'll tell you that black women are not being shot daily and choked daily for no reason. Black men
are being misused. We are being abused. Like you just sat here in the first 30 minutes of the show and dogged on women talking about what we need to change and what we need to do.
But what he's saying, black men are dying, women are thriving.
I can make the same argument.
One minute, just 1 minute, 1 minute. Both of us, both black men and women are in the bottom of the barrel. I'm just.
Thank you. I just hate.
Let's not do that. Let's not fight. Let's not fight for the absolute bottom, because both of us are in the bottom.
I'm not. I'm not, Shamika.
Like...
No, I'm not. I apologize if it seems that way. But let me say this: if I appear to be chauvinist, if I appear to be racist, misogynistic, I only do so to counter the larger racism or gynocentric behaviors in our society. I don't want to be this way, but I want to fight fire with fire. I can go and talk about all the men who are irresponsible with their seed, and they're just knocking these women up. We're not leaving them with any kind of support or leadership or, so forth and so forth. But that's a whole nother argument. We're not talking about all those irresponsible men who I think are horrible. You know, I can go just as hard on men. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But if the issue comes up, I will. But we're talking just because we're addressing women, don't mean that I'm excluding men in any way. Because I can talk about incarceration, I can talk about unemployment, I can talk about all these illegitimate kids around town, I can talk about so many other things, you know, but that's a whole nother conversation I address
Mhm.
with men. I'm
Mhm.
not going to criticize Grady or Clark in front of their wives. I'm going to pull them to the side and say, hey, dog, that was kind of fucked up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I probably would have did that a little differently, but I would not do that in front of his woman.
Mhm.
Women will call men out openly
In front of anybody.
in front of
Yeah.
anybody. That's incredibly unfair.
And will swing on them if they feel threatened. Pow in the face.
You know, the only reason I call women out because they call us out every day. I'm not giving not one a pass. Until they all change, none get a pass.
Well, it's gonna be hard to
Okay,
get them to change. So
that's an
that's
unrealistic
impossible.
expectation.
Yeah, that's
And I
impossible.
got it being unrealistic, but that's just the mindset. That's just the way it is for me. That's my reality. That doesn't make I'm right. That doesn't mean anything. It's just the way I feel about the situation. I simply want to fight fire with fire.
Okay, but if everybody's fighting fire with fire, how the hell do we extinguish the fire? We steady going fire with fire. We can't fix nothing if everything burning.
I think that if all for me, and I don't want to be the center of this conversation, but for me, if women simply take accountability, I'll fall back. I'll fall all the way back. I only ask one thing of all black women, one, and that's take accountability for the role that you play in a man or a boy's life. That's all. I don't want nothing else. But so many black women won't accept that challenge. They will not do it. They'll drown themselves first.
You right. You are absolutely right. But at the same time, if you give one, I just feel like if you give a little, you'll get a lot more. Give her a chance to take. You don't even give a woman a chance to take accountability. Well, I'm not gonna say you. Let me stop saying you. I'm gonna say men. Men don't give women a chance to take accountability. My thing is this: bring it to her attention. Show her. You know what I'm saying? There have been things that I've done that I didn't even see until it was brought to my attention. I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. And I've done better in my life here recently, taking accountability for things. But it has to be brought to your attention because when you're trained to do something wrong for so long, you can't see the wrong.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hold on. If I can't believe you to take accountability when you snatch the covers off me at night, and I tell you that you did, how in the hell I'm gonna believe that you're gonna be accountable for anything else? That's all I'm saying.
Because you never
Ladies and
proved
gentlemen,
me.
hold on. This is the after show. This is the after show. If y'all have come in and y'all was like, "What in the Sam hell are they talking about?"
Mhm.
After the show is the after party, and sometimes we have conversations that may deal with what we just spoke with. Sometimes we go off the cuff, and we've gone off the cuff a little bit, and we
Cuff a
hope that
little.
it's to your enjoyment. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna have to get up out of here because I got an early day tomorrow, man. Like the week never ends for your boy June, Cooley, or Clark. So man, but
Mhm.
this has been a very stimulating conversation. I hope y'all got something out of it. Now I'm gonna dip. I don't know about everybody else, but
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta go too. I gotta go.
okay,
yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
we'll do a real closing. Jordan, do you have anything you want to share with the people?
With that, and I apologize. I never mean to offend anybody, but I think that our people, society, as for blacks or for people in general, would be better if men would be better leaders or exercise more responsibility as it relates to our children, our women, and so forth. But we cannot do that if the women are not allowing us to do that. For the ones that want to do it, the women must allow it to happen. And I think accountability and sometimes bad attitudes and a lot of feminist mentality kind of frustrates men, the few men or the men that would like to do better by women.
Okay. Felicia had a couple comments. That we're just gonna leave here. Shamika, do you have anything that you'd like to share with the people?
Mainly my thing is the whole accountability thing that Jordan spoke of is, something that needs to be taken seriously. But I would like to ask that, as much as accountability is required from us, a little bit of sensitivity goes a long way. It doesn't make you simp. It doesn't make you weak. You could be vulnerable with a woman or with your woman and still get that result that you're looking for. Because again, we react off of response. And if you give us that gentle and I'm not feeling threatened by you or I'm not feeling forced by you, then I can weaken myself and be that nurturer and be that open and be your peace. I don't have to feel like I have to compete or combat with you all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a give and take with men and women, and we don't do that anymore. Everybody's in competition to be in control. So I just feel like, if we can just learn to love and let go, things will just be a little simpler, a little easier.
Okay. I think I'm gonna chime in on that just a little bit. I think that okay, so for any man to be able to give a woman that part that she desires, she wants him to be open. Um, that's triggering for every man because at one point in time, every man has done that, and the outcome of that usually comes with like a heart crushed to dust. You know what I'm saying? So women, y'all need to understand that if that's something that you want, you again accountability. You have to set up that environment because right now, when I look at the environment, even from a marriage standpoint, like if I ever got back in the game, it would be nothing how I treated my wife. Nothing. Like y'all have to set up the environment. Right now, it's an environment for hoes, and that's just real spill. And everything that the woman allows because she is the receiver, okay, those that are the givers have to play that game. A lot of it may seem fairy tale, and maybe it is, but I mean, in your special fairy tale, ladies, you have to set the table. If he can't feel comfortable saying, "Hey, you pulled the cover off," and you being like, "Well, shit, yes, I did," you know what I'm saying? Like that's it may be subconscious, but that's trust. You at least answer to things that you do or you don't do. We got to set that field. Greater, go ahead.
All right. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but
yes, we can.
Yeah, we have to have to learn to communicate and cooperate and compromise with each other and set standards, and people, if their person is not what you think, that you want to be, don't be afraid to walk away and say, hey, I don't think this is working out. Treat it like a job. Treat it like a job. But I want to play this song in closing.
Wait, did you just
use? What?
Wait. Did you use a channel to use like communicate, cooperate, and dedicate and regulate? And what in the hell? He got that from some what's that conjunction junction? What's your function? What is that, boy?
Well, first of all, did I say it correctly?
I don't know, but I just go ahead, T.I. Grady.
Oh Lord.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just saying.
Play your song.
Play your song.
I just want to say this in fair use. People have to learn to say, "Forget it, F it." You know what I mean? But in closing, here you go.
May be rich, but he ain't happy. Tells you about work and you want to be him. But when's the last time you got to see him? He works hard. Why?
Fair use.
So you can go out and buy a bunch of shit that you don't need. Driven by your punk ass hopes and greed.
Oh.
That's why I say, fuck it.
Good night.
Time in my life.
All right, guys. Good night, guys.
All right, good night, y'all.
Was that Charlie Murphy?
Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace. Fair use.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Good night, y'all.
Yes. Good night. Yeah.